Hi, we'd like to thank you for tuning in to the World Boxing Review radio show. My name is Aaron Snow, and they call me the Hall of Fame trainer of champions. As we travel the world for past, present, and future stars. And coming to you live from New Jersey. Hey, look, our friend Henry Hascup, man, welcome in back on the World Boxing Review radio show. How you doing, Henry?
I'm doing well. It's been a while since I've been on, but I listen to you just about every week, so it's
Well,
great.
Henry, is all the great stuff that we did together on the World Boxing Review radio show. How we covered boxing history, man. It's a mark second to none. To do that week in and week out for years, not just 1 year, not 2 years, but for multi
Yep.
years. And I wanna thank you so much for doing that dedication that you have for the sport of boxing. And for people who don't know who Henry Hascup is, he's a ring announcer. He's the president of the New Jersey Boxing Hall of Fame. And when you're talking about world class, a class act, Henry Hascup is it. In the philanthropy work that you do, Henry is second to none. And we're going to get into a lot of that stuff on the day. But first of all, we want you to go down that new class, that new list for the New Jersey Boxing Hall of Fame, who you're president of.
Yeah, well, I think you read that off exactly the way I wrote it, so it was pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey,
Yeah,
since you're one of the administrators of BoxRec, yeah, I read it straight down as you wrote it, Henry.
I
Yes,
didn't write it
yes.
on box break, but that's all right. Yeah, we're going to have our 54th annual induction ceremonies on November 14th at the Venetian in Garfield, which is one of the most class places you could ever run a banquet or anything. It's it's a great venue, as you know. Now we're
Yeah.
putting in 17 people into the Hall of Fame. 14 are still living with us. I'll start from the beginning. Thomas Adamek, he was a former light heavyweight and cruiserweight champion of the world. He beat Sam Cunningham. He beat Andrew Galata and Eddie Chambers, among others. And he also fought Klitschko for the heavyweight championship of the world. Of course, Darren Antola is one of the top cut men for the last 25 years. You'd probably see him in Lou Duva's corner many years ago. And he was also on, let's say, HBO, Showtime, a lot of televised championship things. Then Jackie Atkins. I don't think she needs any introduction. Anybody that knows boxing. She is the president of the New Jersey Association of USA Boxing for the last 10 years. She took over my spot that I had. She was my secretary at that time. And she's also the founder of Give a Kid a Dream. She's a world-renowned boxing judge right now, and she does so much, so much good for kids. She takes in kids that are stranded around her area. She deserves every bit of it. Then you have Glory Alfonso Bailey. I mean, he was a boxer, and he fought Dwight Davison when Davison was just came out of the #1 contendership, and Davison had a record of I think it was 37-3, and Bailey beat him. So he deserves to be in also. Then you have Bill Dentluff. He was a writer for Ring Magazine, KO Boxing. And he's also wrote books with Joe Frazier. He wrote a book on Ezra Charles, and of course, one of your favorites, he wrote a book on Matthew Saad Muhammad. And then you have Joey Camash. He was a world champion both in super featherweight and lightweight divisions back when, and he was as high as #1 in the world Ring Magazine from 1990 to 1995. Of course, most people remember his bout with a Toragati that didn't turn out too well. But then you have Tom Hauser, who might be the best, the top known boxing writer in the country. He's been in the International Hall of Fame, New York State Boxing Hall of Fame. He's covered just about every big bout in the last maybe 30, 40 years. Then you have Don Majeski, who's a matchmaker, second to none, but he's probably either the one or two best boxing historians in the world today. I mean, he just knows about everything there is to know about boxing inside and out. He was inducted into the New York State Boxing Hall of Fame, just a couple of years ago. Then you have Imabo Mayfield, who's another world champion. He was the IBF cruiserweight champion of the world, and he owns a gym now in South Jersey, and he dedicates a lot of time to the younger kids coming up. Then you have Ron McNair. He's judged well over like 300 fights in New Jersey. He's from New York, but he's judged so many in New Jersey, probably more than most of the New Jersey judges. He's also the newly appointed, it was early this year, he was appointed or selected as the president of Ring 8. And the thing I like about him is he goes to different grave sites, former fighters, and him and his, sometimes he brings along his son, and they actually clean up the tombstones for these fallen fighters, especially guys like Abe Attell. Ron has a place up near where he is. Then you have Ziggy. He was the manager and gym owner of Rocky Marciano's gym. He was the promoter of the year, a Polish promoter of the year several years ago. He handled Adamek and Galata, and he's a big time supporter. He always gives out out of his pocket a lot of money and to the down and out fighters and organizations. So he's going in. Then you had Jeanette Salazar. She's actually the backbone of the IBF. She runs all the let's say fundraisers. They have Toys R Us and stuff like this. She also arranges all the travel for all these people that go to these conventions. So she's well deserved. Then you have Reverend Alvin Thompson. He's been a trainer for well over 50 years. He trained the Fletcher brothers, among others. And he's and at the end, of course, you say Reverend. So he has dedicated his life to Jesus Christ, and so did Glory Bailey. I got to tell you that, but he did also. Then you got Ricky Vera, who's been a boxing pro referee since 2005. And the thing I like about him is that even when he became a pro, he still went back to the amateurs and did countless amount of clinics for the amateurs that were just coming up. They wanted to be officials, wanted to be referees. He always gives back, and another thing I like about him, he's always upbeat. He always has a smile on his face, and he's one of the real class acts of this boxing game. Wish we had more of him. Then posthumously, we have George Cole. A lot of people might not know that George Cole, and unfortunately, I hate to say unfortunately, but he came around when black fighters really didn't get the fights they were supposed to get. They would fight each other a number of times. He beat guys like Joe Jeanette, Jack Blackburn, Dixie Kid, Bobby Dobbs. I mean, back in let's say turn of the century, 19th century, or just before the 20th century, he was rated as the #1 fighter in New Jersey at the time. So he was very good. Then you have Al Diamond. Al Diamond holds the record of being the youngest professional fighter ever to come out of New Jersey. He was, I think it was 2 or 3 days after his 14th birthday, he turned pro. And just around his 100th bout, he fought at Patterson Armory, and he fought for the world title against Vince Dundee. And he was still only maybe about 20 years old at the time, and he had 100 pro fights. So he was around for a long time. And then Fireman Jim Flynn. Anybody that knows boxing, knows the name of Fireman Jim Flynn. He's the only man to knock out Jack Dempsey. A lot of people think that Dempsey took a fall, but Dempsey, said he didn't. He just got hit with a good shot, and of course he had a newspaper decision over the great Sam Langford, and he fought for the world title, heavyweight championship of the world against Jack Johnson. So he really does, deserves to be in. Then you have our man of the year, Stephen Pellins. He's a public relation phenomena. He does a lot of stuff for the down and out fighters. He's been honored by many groups, including the governor of New Jersey. He has honored him several times. Then we have, let's say, the coach of the year, Derek Turnbull Sutherland. And the amateur official of the year is Alexander Roman. And junior Olympic amateur boxer of the year, I can't even pronounce the kid's name. I'm going to have to really pronounce him. But it's Jhasi. That's his first name. And his last name is Mtume. I'll have to practice that before November because I'll be announcing him. But he was our junior Olympic champion. He fought many outstanding fights, not only in our state, but in regional and national competitions. And then, of course, our senior guy is Tarek Trapp. He is the reigning 176-pound national Golden Glove champion. So he's definitely on the way. And for the second year in a row, our pro boxer of the year is Big Bang Zhang. Of course, we all know what he did to Dante Wilder. He knocked him out, and so he deserves it again. And it was a unanimous vote. And so he's still up there, and hopefully maybe he can get a shot at one of the world titles. But like I said, tickets are about $125 a piece. We had to raise the prices up, but it's still cheaper than most of the other Hall of Fames. I just got done helping out with the New York State Boxing Hall of Fame, which was great. We had a lot of people there, and they charged $50 more than us. So, but they had a nice crowd, and hopefully we can get the same.
Well, hey, look, for the boxing fans that never been to the New Jersey Boxing Hall of Fame, Henry Hascup, the reason why he was ever going through that list so eloquently, talking about these bios of the people that are being inducted. Henry himself is a world-renowned boxing historian who is part of the World Boxing Review radio show. He's our historian. For years, we went down the list of many historical events and boxers for years on the World Boxing Review, and to have Henry back on the show is definitely an added plus. But to go to this dinner, Henry's talking about more bang for your buck is absolutely right. The minute you come in the door, you're like overwhelmed by this facility, the big chandelier lights, the flowers.
Something went out.
And it's second to none. And I don't know how you do it at this price, Henry, because, I do events and I'm still trying to figure how you do it. But the food in itself, you get fed appetizers from the minute you come in the door until the time you leave. And I mean, from filet mignon, lobster, crab meat, shrimp, scallops. The dinner is second to none. You said, "Oh no, he don't do it like that." And I was saying that to Henry the first time before I ever went, and I said, "There's no way you can for this price, Henry." And let me tell you what, it's every bit of that and then some. That's only the food. Now I'm talking about the desserts are just as the appetizers, the main course. And let me tell you, it flows so steady and so often, you don't know what course you're getting because it's so good and so plentiful, man. So for y'all that never been there, don't miss this. And what's the date, Henry?
It's on a Thursday, November 14th. It starts around 6:30 and it ends around 11:30. And like I said, just about every Hall of Fame is noted for something. I think the New York Hall of Fame might be noted for the big championship belts they give out and everything. Atlantic City Hall of Fame is noted for that big weekend they have. Pennsylvania is noted. because they're like the oldest Hall of Fame around, and a lot of old timers go there. And New Jersey Hall of Fame is definitely noted for the Venetian in Garfield and the food they give you. I mean, it's just outstanding. And Connecticut Hall of Fame is also noted, like for the casinos, casino atmosphere they have.
Yeah, there's no question, Henry. Your Hall of Fame with the amount of people. I mean, for the last years, man, you've been going over the top at the capacity that's able to get in this facility. People be standing in line trying to get tickets. So we're just saying to the people, man, get out there and get these tickets so you don't have to wait indoor. Call Henry up. Henry, how can they reach you to buy tickets? Or is it over the website still, or how you doing it?
Yeah, it's on the website. If you could just Google New Jersey Boxing Hall of Fame, you could probably get it up. Or you can call me up. My number is on the internet, or send me an email or something like this. I'm sure you'll post it somewhere. But every year around this time, I kind of worry because we don't have too many ads coming in. We don't have too many tickets coming in. Then the last maybe, let's say, 2 or 3 weeks, I get bombarded with with tickets and ads and everything. And even the day of, people say, "Yeah, I want a ticket." Don't put me in the boondocks now. They want front row tickets, and they just getting their tickets. But it's well worth it. I mean, all the prices are going up, and I know people are down in their luck, but with the New Jersey Boxing Hall of Fame, the money they raise is not for me. I mean, I don't get a cent. In fact, I lose money. But it's for the down and out fighters that need help. Some of them need rent. Some of them need medical bills to be paid, or housing. I mean, food. Sometimes they'll have to go to houses with a bag of groceries. It's a shame because nobody ever told them. Like we discussed this many times. How to save their money. Put their money away.
Right.
Just a little bit at a time. I mean, but they don't do it because they feel they're going to be up there for a long time, and well, I'll start saving when I make the big time, and then very few make the big time, but when they do, they don't put it away. They just very few of them do anyway. I mean, there are some, but not too many, and we try to help them out. I mean,
well, you do help them out, Henry. This dinner is not just to recognize those who have contributed to boxing history in the state of New Jersey, but this is a fundraising opportunity for the New Jersey Boxing Hall of Fame. And Henry, so if people don't know, Henry for years he's done. Is it over 1,000 ring announcing jobs? Is it? It's over 1,000, I believe. But Henry, all of this work that Henry does, he never ever asks for one dime for all of this work as a ring announcer. He hasn't asked for a dime. The eulogies that he's done for people that have been in boxing that pass and move forward to the Lord. He does all of this free of charge. And when he goes and does these type of things with his nonprofit, with the New Jersey Boxing Hall of Fame, he uses that money as a fundraising tool to go out and help fighters. That what he just talked about. And how do I know? There's been some fighters that I knew that were in trouble. I went and asked Henry. And it wasn't a week's time. It wasn't a day's time. He said, call me back in an hour. And I mean, in an hour, everything that he said that he could do, he did that and much, much more. And this is why we need people to work that Henry does. Not only the philanthropy work that he does just for boxing events, but behind the scenes, and I know Henry don't like me when I talk about this. You know, he likes to stay undercover, but I got to expose the great work that you do, Henry, because you do it so good and so well. And people need to know is because a lot of times you take a lot of money out of your own pocket and to do these things. In this New Jersey Boxing Hall of Fame, it's a time for people to show their appreciation to the state of New Jersey boxing and try to help some of these guys that have fallen on hard times. And trust me, they get the help when it comes to Henry Hascup, is because he makes sure that he gets it and he follows up. So we had the people on the phone. They know who they are. Henry said, well, you'll have the money for such and such to do such and such. He calls them, he gets the money to them, and he follows up to make sure that the people that he allocated the money to, they got it, and that the person that he was helping is all right of the way it went down. And that's a class act. You know, and, you know, a lot of people think when they see all of these people in these dinners, man, they're making all this money. Let me tell you, Henry Hascup don't make a dime. If he breaks even, he's lucky. But he continues for years and years and years to help people and to help fighters. And Henry has helped other organizations such as Ring 8. He was president of Ring 8 and continues to help Ring 8. The New York
vice president,
vice president, and New York Boxing Hall of Fame. Henry helped, but you know, and the amateurs, the Diamond Gloves, Henry does to help kids out. So you know, the dinner is just not to line somebody's pocket. This is what I'm saying. It is to help the boxing community at large, and don't be shy, man. Go in there and bring some friends, man. Let's jam pack this place up because boxing needs it, and the people that are going there, they need your support, man. When that spiraling staircase up there, Henry, I don't know if you still do it. I'm asking you. The spiraling staircase, when you're being inducted and you look down and you see that crowd, boy, is it an amazing sight with the chandeliers, all the tables, the lights, the background, the people, the videography, the videographers and the camera people. When you come down that spiraling staircase, when Henry announced you, man, it just sends chills, man, all over your body, man. Now, I have been part of a lot of great, big, large boxing events, but this here induction ceremony that Henry Hascup puts on is right up with one of those major boxing events, Henry. Yeah, and you know, the Henry, this historical, you know, this Hall of Fame things you do. You're standing right down in the museum, in the basement of your house. If you could show some of the fans some of this great collection of boxing material that you have in your basement. Look at that. Just
do with the camera here. I mean,
can you explain a little bit about what people are seeing in?
Like the IBF World Championship belt. It's supposed to be a statue of. Go ahead.
Go ahead. The feed's catching up. Now say that again,
I wish
Henry.
I could turn this around. I could show you. You know.
Yeah, well, that's all right. We could see a little bit of it, but if we get you back in the stream, get you set back up, so we can hear it, so you could talk a little bit about your collection that you have.
Yeah, we got the WBC belts over there, and you know, on the thing here, on the. So
yeah,
you know, we got a lot of
is catching up here. Why the feed's catching up? He'll be there. We go. Yeah, he's back on. Yeah. We're
Yeah.
streaming. I'm
Like I
I'm
said, I
in
got a lot of.
Florida with this bad weather, and we want to send, for the people in North Carolina and in Florida, from the hurricane that are suffering, man. We want to send our deepest prayers, and people who had lost lives and family members, from the World Boxing Review and all of us. We want to send our deepest condolences and prayers to each and every one of you through that are recovering from that storm. Yeah, look at that there. What's
That's
that, Henry?
the original poster of Smelling and Lewis when the return match they had.
Right.
This here,
And we
this
see
glove
some
here is from
gloves.
1899. Tom Sharkey wore that when he fought Kid McCoy. Over here, I don't know if you could see it here. These are Sonny Liston's boxing gloves that he fought when he fought Chuck Webner. So it's pretty. I got a lot of stuff. I wish I could turn the camera around so I could really take a shot at it. It's it's
Right.
hard to do this and see what I can see. But I do have other things in another room here. This, I don't know if you can see it, but this is like a
Yeah, we
poster
can see it.
of it's a poster of let's see if I can get it here.
Yeah, it looks like Turpin. Is that a poster of Turpin, Henry?
It's right here is a poster of Dempsey and Tooney, #1, the first fight they had. I don't know if you can see
Yeah,
it
we
there.
can see it.
Yeah,
we could see
that's
it.
the first fight they had. Then there's another poster down below from 1889, 1898. Then I have stuff in here that's posters of Ali and Norton, and Jerry Quarry and Randy Newman. And I don't know if you could see, I got posters here.
Yeah, we see the Norton.
It's
yeah.
See this,
yeah, the feed's catching up. Yeah, for y'all who are just tuning in.
Of Roy Jones Jr. and Patienza. Same with Duran. Duran here. You can see it. And his actual pain. It's very hard for me to do this, but
yeah, I think we're in a bad spot because the feed's glitching, Henry. I think you got to go back to that position you had before, because the feed is glitching. This happens from time to time when you're live streaming. And look, for people just turning in, we're with Henry Hascup, a renowned announcer, boxing historian, and president of New Jersey Boxing Hall of Fame. He's on today to not only talk about the New Jersey Boxing Hall of Fame on November 14th at the Venetian Garfield, New Jersey, but also his great boxing collection that he has as a museum for the New Jersey Boxing Hall of Fame. And that collection is second to none. Why we try to get the feedback going. Are you there, Henry? Yeah. Well, from time to time, when you're streaming like this, he's in New Jersey, and the feed went out. We'll try to get him back on here. But yeah, like we were saying, that New Jersey Boxing Hall of Fame is second to none. I go there and attend because the food alone is great. Not only to meet other boxing personality and fighters that of the past, the present, in the future. You know, uh, Stevenson, he was honored from time when he was very young, and you know, you get great fighters from the past. Chuck Wetner, who attends Vito Amafermo. He attends there a lot, and just guys like that that's just around that come to attend this great um, event. So yeah, we're waiting on Henry. Let's see if he joins us. But if not, um, we want to thank Henry for coming on this afternoon and take some time um, with us to hear about what's going on at the New Jersey Boxing Hall of Fame. Is second to none. I had the pleasure to be inducted in that, and it is a great event that happens there. I mean, that filet mignon, the lobster, the shrimp, uh, um, the spaghetti. I mean, the food there is. I keep bragging about it because if you attend, Henry said it was $125. It's the best $125 that you'll ever spend to go to induction ceremony like that. I don't know how he puts it on like that for that price, but the price is right, and you get more food for your buck, as I all the time say, and attend. So it looks like we have trouble with Henry's feed, but indeed, we want to thank you, Henry Hascup, for coming on today. Back again on the World Boxing Review radio show, like I said earlier. For years, me and Henry, every Saturday, we would come and do some type of boxing history from venues to boxers to TV personnel that had to deal with boxing. Talk about the history of Gillette fights and Madison Square Garden and what all of that means, the top sellouts, the different promoters, and all of that. So, Henry, again, thank you for coming on the World Boxing Review and bringing us back down memory lane, man. And for the boxing fan, make sure New Jersey Boxing Hall of Fame, November 14th at the Garfield uh, venue. It's an Italian restaurant. Let me tell you, it's second none for the New Jersey Boxing Hall of Fame. Thank you for tuning into the World Boxing Review radio show. My name is Aaron Snowell. They call me a Hall of Fame trainer of champions. As we travel the world for past, present, and future stars.